In thoroughbred racing, there is fast.
Fastness on the extreme outside has 6 to make up as they head for home.
Faster.
Fastness now kicks it into high gear on the outside.
And Fastness, one of the top milers of his generation.
Fastness to take over the final 16th. Fastness impressive in the Shoemaker Breeders' Cup Mile.
Milers make the best stallions, and the aptly named Fastness ran a mile in a phenomenal 1:32 and 3, a mile and a 16th in a sizzling 1:39 and 2, and a mile and an 1/8 in a blistering 1:44 and 3. And Fastness is siring classic speed, including Canadian champion Helsinki MSA.
They turn for home in the Prince of Wales Stakes. Helsinki MSA has taken the lead.
Fastness, a course record-setting multiple Grade 1 stakes winner of more than $1.5 million, is now ready to pass along his blazing speed at C&R Horse Farm in Millmay, New Jersey. By the champion son of riverman Russia, Irish-bred Fastness began his career in France, where his Dam City Fortress was a stakes winner. Fastness won his first 2 starts as a 2-year-old, a maiden race at Deauville by 2.5 lengths, and the listed Prix Herod at Evray by 3 lengths. But Fastness began to display his world-class speed when he was purchased by Evergreen Farm and sent to trainer Janine Zahadi in California. After running a close 4th in his U.S. debut, the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby, after starting from the extreme outside post 14, Fastness came back from an 8-month layoff to impressively win a turf allowance race at Hollywood Park, running a mile and a 16th in 1:40 and 4.
And Fastness has made 2 runs at them, and his class is going to come through. Look at him go. This is a graded individual. Fastness going on to win it well from Viage.
Following that victory, Fastness ran second, beaten only a neck by Approach the Bench in his first attempt in the Grade 1 Eddie Reed handicap, a race he would later win 2 years in a row.
Homeward bound, and the grey Fastness kicks on for home. Johan Quatz comes to chase him on with Approach the Bench in the red colours, but Fastness, the grey, going on for home. Johan Quatz and Approach the Bench, a 3-way photo. It's Fastness and Approach the Bench. Approach the Bench got up to win it ahead to Fastness and neck to Johan Quatz.
Fastness opened his 5-year-old season by easily winning a 1-mile turf allowance race at Hollywood Park in a swift 1:33 and 1. This victory began an impressive string for Fastness, who was either first or second in the last 8 starts of his career, the final 7 in graded stakes.
Fastness been very confidently ridden by Gary Stevens, now just allows him to stretch out the last bit, and Fastness a very impressive winner.
Back for another attempt at the Grade 1 Eddie Reed handicap at Del Mar, Fastness was sent postward as the 7-5 favorite against 7 challengers, including Romarin, eventual Breeders' Cup Turf winner Northern Spur, Grade 1 Hollywood Turf handicap winner Earl of Barking, and Grade 1 Santa Anita handicap winner Urgent Request. Jockey Gary Stevens placed the favorite just off the lead of multiple graded stakes winner Romarin, and Fastness caught the noted frontrunner in the stretch and was pulling away at the wire.
Homeward bound in the Eddie Reed, and Romarin digs deep, finds more. Fastness down after him, and Northern Spur running on third. Romarin, Fastness wearing him down, and Fastness has got Romarin, and Fastness and Gary Stevens win the Eddie Reed.
The Eddie Reed marked the first U.S. stakes victory for Fastness, and eased the disappointment of the previous year when he was caught in the final strides. Fastness then shipped to Belmont Park to prepare for the Breeders' Cup Mile, where he caught a soft turf course much to his dislike and ran second to European Horse of the Year Ridgewood Pearl.
Fastness takes the lead as the field turns for home, but Ridgewood Pearl is switched out for running room, and here comes the big English filly. They're coming down toward the final furlong. Fastness down inside, and Ridgewood Pearl put to a full-out drive. A bitter struggle past the 8th pole.
In the Breeders' Cup Mile, Fastness was 7 lengths ahead of the 3rd-place finisher, Sayadati, and also finished well in front of the likes of Dove Hunt, 4 Stars All-Star, Mighty Forum, and Earl of Barking. 1 month later, Fastness was back at Hollywood Park on a firm turf course he preferred to take on 6 rivals, including Earl of Barking, Royal Chariot, Romarin, and Johan Quatz, and the Grade 2 Citation handicap.
Homeward bound Romer and starting to weaken. Fastness the Grey now running up confidently alongside. And Fastness goes on by Romer and Earl of Barking. Royal Chariot running late. But the class of Fastness is too much for the citation field. And Fastness, all class, wins by 3 to Earl of Barking and Silver Wizard.
Fastness draws off to win easily by 2 1/4 lengths, running the mile and an eighth in course record time, 1:44 3. This impressive victory was the beginning of a 4-race winning streak that would conclude the racing career of Fastness in impressive fashion. Away from the races for nearly 6 months, Fastness returned to action at age 6 at Hollywood Park in the Grade 3 Englewood Handicap. Under new jockey Corey Nakatani, Fastness set right off the early leaders, Tyconic, who was riding a 5-race winning streak, and Grade 1 Stroop Stakes winner Helmsman. When Tyconic drifted out entering the stretch, Nakatani gunned the favorite through the gap, and Fastness responded with a brilliant effort.
At the top of the lane on the Englewood Handicap, Tyconic set down for the drive. Tyconic, Helmsman right there, and Fastness charging up the rail. Tyconic, Fastness comes up to take him on, and Fastness charging on by to take the lead. Fastness, a burst of speed, takes over and draws clear. Fastness to win the Englewood Handicap. Fastness wins it by 2 1/2.
The time for the mile and a 16th of 1:39 2 was just 3/5 off the course record.